This at-80 is only 4 centimeters tall, so I built an entire world around it. The question is, can something this small feel massive? And to do that, I need the right scale, the right atmosphere, and the right world around it. So I started with the base. I want the landscape to feel natural, but still exaggerated. This will make the tiny at-80 feel enormous. Water and rocks are tricky. If I get this wrong, the scale will fail. Adding sand creates texture, but too much detail would ruin the scale. Everything has to feel just right. A simple gray base makes everything else pop. The wash adds shadows and depth, hinting at a larger world. The lake needs to feel calm, but alive. A smooth base makes the water believable once it's coated. Adding grass brings the scene to life. It's amazing how texture alone can transform a flat base. Too much clutter and the scene loses focus. Too little and it feels empty. Every detail matters. I'm using simple craft wire from the store to make tiny trees. Cutting and shaping each piece adds character to the landscape. Don't fall, tiny friend. I'm making more detailed trees with toothpicks and wire. Adding tiny flocks as branches gives the forest a natural feel. Simple materials can go a long way. It may look complicated, but it's really not. Tiny waterfalls incoming. It's like Niagara, but pocket-sized. I'm using plastic wrap as a base and apply a thin layer of epoxy resin. While it's still workable, I shape the surface to create a flowing texture. Then I cure it with UV light. The best part? The resin doesn't stick to the plastic wrap, so you can peel it off easily. A glossy coat makes these rocks look wet. Later, the waterfalls will blend seamlessly into them. Filling the little basins with epoxy is the first step to real water. The waterfalls will flow naturally from here. Adding white resin highlights gives the waterfalls a natural look. Tiny splashes and foam make the water feel alive. And to make the waterfalls feel even more alive, I'm adding a bit of cotton. It creates that misty, foamy effect at the base. And here flows the tiniest Niagara. Don't blink or you'll miss it. Placing the tiny trees along the cliffs gives the background depth. They create a forest edge without overwhelming the scene. What do you think? Should this tree be here? And now, I'm giving the at-at some history. I carve and drill tiny openings and suggest little doors. Maybe this is where the troops escaped, abandoning the at-at long ago. Using a rotary tool and a hobby knife, I add scratches, impact marks, and remove one of the legs, as if it was torn off long ago. And I'm adding tiny wires from old cables here and there to make the at-at look even more battle-worn and abandoned. Little ropes at the openings. Who knows, maybe the troopers used them to flee, leaving the at-at behind. The last touch is a mixed wash, emphasizing shadows and the scars of time. Here it is, the tiniest at-at, standing tall among its miniature world. Suddenly, the landscape feels alive. Why is he standing in the middle of the lake? Why was he left here all alone? Time to fill the tiniest lake. Let's hope it doesn't flood the forest. This is the moment that can make or break the scene. One smooth pour and the world changes. A few highlights with white epoxy at the base of the waterfalls. This makes it look like the water is really moving. And a few final trees in the foreground, and suddenly the scene feels complete. A few brush strokes of pigment create subtle rust and wear. After hours of building, this tiny world finally comes to life. 4 centimeters tall, but massive in presence. Building tiny worlds like this helps me forget the noise of everyday life, just for a while. If you enjoy building tiny worlds like this, subscribe for the next one.